Tuner shop was raided. Little bit of context, and I think it's important to say this because there's a lot of idiots that are making up stuff. Like, you know, tuner shop was raided too early, or, you know, we didn't have anything. The tuner shop warrant was bad, or like a bunch of dumb shit. So let me put some facts on the table, because I know, like, you know, brain damage is a common symptom in our roleplay communities, you know, when it comes to people's favorite characters or whatever. And it happens on our end too, right? We have a lot of dumb cop viewers who spout dumb shit as well. So here are some facts. Number one, Brian and Pred have no idea that Eddie is titanium. I will tell you right now that even OOC, I actually thought fucking titanium was like another character played by Wiseguy. And the only reason I even know is because of all the dumbassery that's been, you know, all the drama surrounding all this. We do not give a shit about racing. I don't give a fuck about racing. I would be surprised if Pred gives a shit about racing. The only thing we care about is Michael Simone. Michael Simone's storyline, Brian's been ingrained in the Michael Simone storyline for like 5 months now. I don't give a flying fuck about that shit. Even in character, where only thing we care about is this motherfucker even remotely involved with Simone? Did they have weapons? So let's set that straight, first and foremost. As for why the tuner shop, we had to act on it quickly. 2 reasons. One is you are not able to mechanically lock down businesses, which means that if police did not act swiftly, if there were weapons, and there's no way to know outside of metagaming, stashed at the tuner shop when 3 to 4 individuals related to the tuner shop were suspected, right? Then that stash gets cleared and the evidence gets destroyed, right? That's why we had to act quickly and why we had to lock it down physically, because there is no mechanical way to do it. That is going to change. Senator DW already mentioned that he's going to add that functionality. So that's what that happened. So the whole like acted too quickly is fucking brain dead, because we don't give a fuck about anything other than finding hot weapons related to the robbery and finding Michael Simone. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Demon was raided, AP was raided, Ray was raided, JJ was raided, and Miguel was raided. So we raided Miguel. Chang already was set up. They used rocket launchers, a bunch of shit to get rid of evidence. A rifle suppressor was found in Miguel's vehicle after the whole thing. For some reason, we didn't hold them. Brian is still pissed about that. I don't know how much he's gonna blame Bass. Brian is pretty pissed at Bass. I'll put it that way. Listen, I love Sab OZ, but like in character, Brian is like fucking heated about that. Chang, we instead of putting them on a hold and making sure we got subpoenas or at least locking down their properties, we had an hour-long discussion about why they shouldn't be put on hold for an hour to wait till lock down their properties and stuff. Brian does not know yet that they have not been raided. We do know that the subpoena should have been in, but we don't know anything else about that. So I think that gets us up to snuff. The fact, and I will say this, the fact that we didn't raid Chang, or at least like put him in on a hold, is a massive double standard. And I think most people know, like, Chang Gang's one of my favorite groups to interact with. But like, this is it. That just looks bad for them. It looks bad for PD that they used explosive rockets, etc., to mitigate a raid on a suspect tied to Michael Simone, and we literally put them in for nothing. It's actually like exceptionally unfortunate, and from an OOC perspective, I feel bad for anyone that we've gone hard on so far. Like it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. It like really muddies the waters. Like, you know, it really muddies the waters. Like, you got people that are in there for, like, you know, huge charges, right, on less information, but we just sent them in for nothing. So we'll see how that ends up getting handled. Yeah, Brian is absolutely livid about that. And you'll probably see that come out in RP. Like, at minimum, their property should have been locked down. We subpoenaed and then made a decision after the fact. But we did exactly what we shouldn't have done, which is keep them in the cells for an hour, debating whether to hold them or not. I mean, quite frankly, it was just pussyfooting. I don't care what anyone says. Like, that was straight pussy shit on our part. I'm all for fun and games. Like, you know, like, if we want to go softer during, like, a 90 volt or whatever, because it's fun, that's one thing. But, you know, when you got a terrorist on the loose and we're doing all kinds of shit to everybody else, like, you can't just, like, conveniently ignore that shit.